Jaison here with Hanson ProSystems, and I'm taking some time out to join Joe Balistreri from My Favorite DJ Productions in South Florida. We're here working with him at the Children's Home Society of South Florida, Gala, where Joe has been able to bring out all the guns. Joe, it's kind of convenient that we're here at a gambling table because you took a gamble with Hanson ProSystems a few years back. What has that done for you and your company?
It was interesting because looking at them on the internet, you know, they were pretty cool, and then we finally called you guys. Since I've gotten them, the original 12, I've actually picked up another set of six Quattros, and I have 18 of the regular ones as well as several other moving headlights, Spectrum 5s and so forth. I can tell you easily, very simply, I'm very impressed and I'm very happy with them. But more importantly, my customers. The customers, when I put these things in fact, I've got a gentleman I did a job about 10, 12 months ago. It was a thing in the Chamber of Commerce and so forth, and he says, everybody that always sees me, they're always talking about his was the best, the best, the best. This guy is an entertainer himself. He's in a band, a drummer, and he says, I tell you, Joe, it was the lights. And I was me too, but he flat out simply says it was the lights, the lighting that made it. Was a huge tent. We had all the lights strapped to the perimeter of the tent and all the Hansons shining up. And when it came to just illuminating the room, if you will, and the tent was like 60 by 200, so it was big, a lot of people. Then when it came to dancing, we had them moving and lots of motion and activity going. It was crazy, and they had a super time.
Tell me what this has done for your setup and breakdown time. The ability to be battery powered, completely wireless, without any problems because you're on our FCC certified wireless protocol. Tell me from back in the day when you were running cables to now life with Hanson.
I didn't run a lot of cables. I used to just hang up the lights and let them go to automatic and do their thing. Right, gotcha. And that was the easy way to do it. With the Hanson now, though, I have them all pre-programmed. They're all on my computer. I just plug in the transmitter, and I can talk to each individual light, tell it what I want to do, or tell these four to do this and those four to do that.
One of the cool stories about Hanson ProSystems, and Joe is a testimony to that, is that no matter what innovative features we add to our product line, they still communicate backwards. So although Joe bought 12 lights maybe a few years back, he's just bought 12 more. He's even bought the new Quattros. All of these lights work with one another. So we don't discontinue a product. We just add to the evolution of the product, which is really great for you guys who's investing such a significant amount of money.
When we've gotten into, and we've put up many, many lights on the light truss like we have back behind us and so forth, and even what I call the dumb lights, the ones you have to put the DMX cords into and so forth. And we put one Hanson up there on the light trusses, and we talk to all the dumb lights all the way across the room. So we're not running the XLR cords all the way over there.
Because of course, as a wireless through, you can take a DMX cable out and control any other fixture.
Right. We've even put moving headlights and other, like I said, again, dumb lights on the other side of the big ballroom, and just put we plug it into one Hanson that's plugged over there. Now we're talking completely across the room. So yeah, we ran cords between the dumb lights, but they were all near each other. Right. So, but we didn't have to run 100, 200 feet of cord to get over to it, go around the doors, tape it down to the carpets. We just said, talk to the Hanson, and it's like talk to the hand, you know. It's interesting, too, is that these things have worked in some of the neatest places. I had a ship, a 130-foot sailing ship, through a holiday parade. So we uplighted the people that were on the float, and that was so easy because, of course, you know how difficult it is to get in generators or all that kind of stuff. We had a ton of lights on all the spectators. People said, where'd you get all those lights? And then the neat thing is, guess what? We changed the colors and different things. So here we are in the Fort Lauderdale holiday boat parade, and they have the sails up. And so with the Hansons, I'm able to uplight the sails from the lower deck, and we had sound on board and so forth. And we did some of the 1812 overtures. So then, of course, when the cannons were going off and so forth, the Hansons were all flashing, and it looked like there was fire and all kinds of stuff going on. So needless to say, we won an award for a really cool parade boat. It's always nice to have the moving heads on like your trusses and that kind of thing. But another thing that I've done with a simple 4, 5, or 6 foot trusses is made them a simple column. And then at the top of that column, and you can either put them in the corners of the room or the back of the room, and so you can really expand your lighting scope as opposed to just focusing there. And I've done that now with the new Spectrums. I put them on a pedestal, and then that moving head just changes the dimension of the room as opposed to everything streaming from the front. People are really engulfed, and I tell you, I control the atmosphere in that room. It's cool.
As a mobile entertainer, we get calls and they say, you know, this product isn't for me. I don't see the return on investment. It's just maybe over my head. what do you have to say to those up-and-coming mobile entertainers that have a choice of maybe an entry-level battery-powered fixture or stepping up into the world of Hanson ProSystems? What would you say to somebody that's just looking on the internet to get into this world?
I can buy some of the competitor stuff at pretty good rates. I choose not to. I've experienced these guys. The flexibility that Hanson has, if you want satisfied customers, if you want customers that are impressed, Hanson's the way it's going to go. It is absolutely going to go. I had a live band. It was in a park. And about 2 weeks after, they go, Joe, you should have seen the pictures. They took pictures of the band and so forth. They're going, the pictures were so great. And then he says, and he couldn't figure out why they were, and then he remembered. I uplighted the band with 3 Hansons. That's all it was. Put 3 Hansons right in the front of the stage and uplighted. And he goes, it was your lighting that made it. I did an event for another city. It was a holiday event, and they had a huge portable stage, the ones that are on the tractor trailers, and they all open up. The mayor was impressed. The Parks and Recreation director was impressed. The Hansons, we put 6 of them across the back of the stage. It's a 40-foot wide stage. We put 6 in the back. We put 6 in the front. We uplighted all of the entertainers as they were coming up and singing the holiday carols and all that kind of stuff. We had banners across the back, so the Hansons uplighted those. Of course, changed the colors appropriately. And they said, it was like they were in a professional stage setting. So it was really quite an exciting thing. And it was all because of Hanson. And guess what? I took them out of the carts. I programmed them. I just turned them on because they're already pre-programmed for me. And I hooked the stuff up. And I'm going, what colors do we want to go? And it was cool. It really was cool. And of course, guess what that made? They're calling me back every year. Every year they're calling me back.
So you're basically getting a lot of repeat business. It's innovative. It's professional. Hanson ProSystems, everything that we put into this product was pride, and we just built it from the ground up. Remember, we offer a 3-year warranty on the product, so if Joe ever has an issue, we're right here. 24-hour customer service, which Joe has put us to the test on, I must say.
It was minimal. I tell you, another thing is you want to get some money back on it. When other DJs see this, all you need to do is promote it, and I've actually made more money renting out my Hansons, just renting them to somebody, than I actually would have made if I was the DJ and taking them. So it is another phase. You can actually just go and not even be the DJ and just be the light guy. And you'll show up a half an hour before the event and set your stuff up. And then I guess the only bad thing would be you got to stay to the very end because you got to take your lights down at the end.
What has the Hanson ProSystems CO2 systems done for you so far?
I had an 8th grade high-end private school that I was doing, about 85 kids and probably another 20 parents or so at this event. And we had video. Every song was a music video on a big screen. We had light trusses. We had moving heads. We had the Hansons around the perimeter of the room. The place was happening. Lasers and everything. And it was happening. These kids were having a great time. And guess what? About 3/4 through the night, we pop out the CO2 gun. And I tell you, nobody remembered anything we did except for the CO2 gun. And it was only out for minutes.
Well, what's great about that CO2 gun, again, and Jay just touched on it, it's extremely safe to use for kids events. We're here at the Children's Home Society Gala, and Joe is just a huge fan of everything we do. So Joe, we thank you so much for inviting us out here.
It's all because of you guys and the service that I got and the sort of hand-holding that I got when I first was curious and questionable that really sold me, because I saw there was more than sell and let you go.
And we appreciate it. Joe from my favorite DJ, he's my favorite DJ, your favorite DJ, Hanson ProSystems.
Yes, the best.
Thanks again.